Hey friends, it's Tracey and Violet from Tea Time with Tracey and Violet. I'm sorry I have not made a video in probably a week. That's just life. I'm really looking forward to this September. I know September's already started, but my children go back to school this coming Tuesday, and there's going to be a whole bunch of new, getting back on track with schedules and a whole lot of personal goals. And this channel is one of my personal goals. I do have my Nova Scotia Living channel. If you don't follow me there, feel free to pop over. I do daily vlogs there. But I love reading. It's a great way to escape and go into your own little world. And I like to talk about my books, but not everybody wants to hear what I have to say about my books because they're not always easygoing fluffball books. Though I do like a good dose of fluff sometimes too. But anyways, I thought today, I just put my kids to bed a while ago. It's 10:08 in the evening. I have a date night with myself. I've been doing that this would be the 4th night. My husband's gone away for a month, so once the kids go to bed, whew. For those that don't know anything about me, I live in Nova Scotia. I have 6 beautiful children. I have 1 fantastic grandson. I have my familiar right here. And we live in a great big old 150, 180-year-old house. And we live in, rural Nova Scotia, and I just like to bumble around, and a guilty pleasure is my reading. Yes, it is. And sometimes I go through phases of watching a whole bunch of movies or listening to music or whatever. But right now, I'm back on my reading kick. I was on dark romance for a while, taboo romance, still love it, but now I'm on horror. I love horror stories, love movies, anything to scare the bejesus out of myself. No joke. No joke. So I started reading some in August in preparation for September and October because there's a whole bunch I want to read, but then after Halloween, I'll still be probably reading some horror stuff / thriller suspense stuff. But I wanted to go over what I did read in August and the first part of September, and what I plan to read the rest of this month. I won't get into everything. The books that I did read, I plan on doing individual book chats with, but just not today. But I'll tell you really short what it's about. So, but tonight I just made myself a great big, I don't know if this is actually a teapot or a coffee pot, but I've had this pot for over 20 years. And I love big old funky looking pots. And I'm having King Cole tea. Oh, I forgot to plug my phone into my battery charger. Hold your horses there, guys. Don't need you to die on me. There we go. Anyways, I'm going to use this girl tonight. Look at those colors, kind of fallish. It's not technically fall yet, but I'm telling you, here in Nova Scotia, you can feel the shift in the atmosphere when you step outside in the morning. Certainly can. It's not August anymore. It's darn near sweater weather. It is. But yeah, she has kind of browns and dark greens and some yellow. And look at her bow on her back. Another flower. And she's rimmed in gold up at the top and down at her slipper. And she just has gold on this side of her arm, not on the back or not on her elbow. So there. And then this is her saucer, her pedestal, her skirt. And she has gold around that too. Beautiful. See them together. Okay. There. I'm trying one of my little lights behind here because although I have a lamp over there, big light here, this is a big old high ceiling house and it's hard to get proper lighting, but I like it, so That's just the way it goes, huh? Huh? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. And I'm using this little creamer. You've seen him before. Yeah, I have a matching teapot that goes with this. But with king cold tea, I like to have a little cream in it. And I don't know if this is ready yet or not. But I put 2 bags in. And yeah, the past 3 nights, the first night my husband first went away, I stayed up late and watched The Exorcist and had all the lights off and had a pot of tea. The night after that, I watched Insidious, because I've never seen that before. Did the same thing. Had a pot of tea in the dark, with Violet, of course. And then last night, I stayed up and read the majority of a book that I'm about to finish right after I'm done this video. So, yeah. But I need to have a whiff of this. A snort off of this bad girl. Anyways, I have some books. The books that I read. I think this is all of them I read. I can't recall for sure. I think this is everything. But usually I'm sitting over on that end of the couch. There's a big couch over there. I just can't remember if I put any books up in the attic. But I'll go through. And it's not the order that I read them. I can't remember the order because I read them all jam-packed together. I went bang, 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 one right after the other. But, well, tonight, I'm going to finish this book tonight. No One Gets Out Alive by Neville. Started this 3 days ago, I think, and I have less than 50 pages left, so you can guarantee I'm going to be finishing this. Yeah, and I like it. A lot of people said it was super scary, and I can see where people would find it super scary. I'm just right at the very end of it. It's not scared the bejesus out of me like I'm going to be scared to walk around my house at night or anything, but I can see why it would make people feel that way. It's just not I don't know, I haven't come across a book that scares the daylights out of me, and I'd love to read one because I love that sensation. A little crazy. But anyways, yeah. Very good book. I really do like this book, but yeah, almost done that one. So here's another one I read. It's called Across the River by Christopher Buellman. This is an older book, and I forget people, like, I've been using, if you see, well, you can't see, but I have a string with my mail cards. My friends from all over the world send me who watch my sharing my life with Nova Scotia Living. Anyways, the cards that I've had for a long time and have been on display for a long time, I'm using them for my bookmarks. And yeah, that's what, and I use a different one for every book. Anyways, Across the River, I wonder if it says in here when it was first published. I don't know. That was something I was going to try to have that information when I start doing book talks. Ace hardcover edition, 2011. It's not too old. Doesn't seem like that long to me, but it would feel that like a long time to some people. But anyways, this, to keep it super short, it's kind of werewolf. All right. And I don't know where I stand on this book, honestly. There's some pros and cons. I won't get into it today, but anyways, I'm glad I read it though. I did learn some stuff from this actually, but yeah, I read that one, and I'll be doing book chats about all of these books. This book, The Missing by Sarah Lang, really liked this book. I did. This has to do with what seems like a plague of some sort, but it's like a sentient being, I believe. Yeah. So this little tiny town, things start going wrong, and yeah. I can't wait to talk about this book. I can't. And again, this is an older book. I guess there was a book that goes along with this, that goes before this book, but it's not necessary that you have to read that before this. And I didn't know about that book until after I read this one. But I thought this was really good. I enjoyed it. My style of writing, and copyright 2007. So yeah, this is a bit of an older book, but again, I don't discriminate with how old books are. If it's a good book, it's a good book. Another one I read was Brother by Anaya Bourne. First book of hers I've ever read too. And yeah, interesting book. Lots to talk about with this one. So, yeah, I would be interested in reading some more of her books because they certainly have their own style of flavor. That's all I'll say about that. So this is just kind of the wrap up of what I've just read the past 4 weeks. Another one is Chris Sorensen, The Nightmare Room. I read this one. It's a haunted house story. Yeah, I didn't mind this one. But again, I'll talk about it. Kill Creek by Scott Thomas. Really like this one. This one has to do with a haunted house too. I really like haunted houses. Yeah. Can't wait to talk about this one too. This one will stick with me. Like, I liked it that much. It's easy to recall everything that went on in it. And then a classic, I read The Exorcist. And that's why I watched The Exorcist the other day, because I got done reading this book and I'm like, oh, I haven't seen the movie in years. I should watch the movie because I read the book, and just to see the differences. The movie's fantastic. The book is fantastic. Of course, with the book, you do get more details and intimate with the characters. But yeah, so glad I read this, and I really, really enjoyed this. And last, I think, but not least, is Tattered by Steve Vernon. Never read anything by this guy, and I picked this book because this takes place in Nova Scotia. This is like a monster kind of horror. It's like a bizarro horror monster. I don't know what the trope is called, but it's a weird story, and not in the thinking kind of weird. It's just like, but bonkers. It's a bonker. I don't know where I stand on this one, but I got it because it's supposed to be based in the valley, where in my mind, with some of the references that are said in this book, I would say it's about an hour and a half away from me, where I live. And I'm just like, oh, I gotta read that just to see what kind of horror happens. Turns out it's a bonkers bananas kind of trope that I have no idea whether I like it or not. It wasn't bad. It was super easy to read, but anyways, I'll talk about that when we sit down to talk about that. So let me have a few more sips, and then I have a box here of what I think I'm going to finish reading this month. So technically, this will be in my September list. These books, and then I have books that I want to read for October, but I won't talk about those or show you these today. Oh, it's delicious, Violet. Do you want some tea? Huh? Beautiful girl. Yeah. Do you want some? They need to see your mug, kind of. Anyways, these other books that I have. Yeah, I've been buying, a lot of the books that I buy are secondhand. I either pick them up like thrifting, or I'll buy them online secondhand. Sometimes I buy new books. Oh, my eldest son is coming downstairs. Just hold on a second. Well, they went out in the kitchen, so I can't be waiting for them to go. But anyways, yes, I'm feeling good. I'm pleased with all the books that I read. I can't wait to talk to you guys about them. So I won't put those up on my shelf yet, but I thought this would be an easy video for me to put out tonight. The kids have gone to bed. I can finish this book. I might watch something scary, or I might pick up another book to read, because I got lots. But I'm just gonna, no particular order, and I got some from recommendations and some not, like just ones that, you know, stuck out to me. This is a book I bought secondhand, The Book of Accidents by Chuck Wendig. Oh, he's coming. Just hold on a second. All right. He just popped his head in for a second. The Book of Accidents. Don't know a whole lot, just what I read on the inside cover. It, long ago, Nathan lived in a country house with his abusive father and has never told his family what happened there. Then long ago, Maddie was a little girl making dolls in her bedroom when she saw something she shouldn't have, and is trying to remember that lost trauma by making haunted sculptures. Long ago, something sinister, something hungry walked the tunnels in the mountains in the coal mines of rural Pennsylvania. Now Nate and Maddie Graves are married, and they move back to their hometown with their son Oliver. And now what happened long ago is happening again, and it's happening to Oliver. He meets a strange boy who becomes his best friend, a boy with secrets of his own and a taste for dark magic. This dark magic puts them at the heart of the battle for good versus evil, in a fight for the soul of the family, or perhaps all the world. But the Graves family has a secret weapon in this battle, their love for one another. I don't know. So I'm hoping it's good, from the best-selling author of The Wanderers. And yeah, got it secondhand. I forget what I paid for it. I don't think it was that expensive. And yeah, I'm gonna read that one this month, hopefully. I'm really excited to read this one, Violet by Scott Thomas. He's the same guy that wrote Kill Creek that I said that I liked a lot. And this is about a haunted cottage scenario or something. A mother and her daughter, I think, moved to a lake property, and there's a haunting of some sort. But I really liked Kill Creek, the format of writing, the style of writing, I don't know, the dialogues and things. And this is one of those kind that have the different edges on the side. I really like those. I don't have hardly any books like that. I don't know if they're fancy or not. They're fancier to me. I really like that. So yeah, can't wait to read that one. This one is Dracula in Love. I think this is gory. I don't know. I think it is. It doesn't seem like a long book. 260 pages or so. But I think this is kind of gory. I forget. The moment Vladimir something saw a letter, he felt an ominous chill. Then he opened it and found a note from his unknown father, a note signed by Dracula, a haunting and bizarre Dracula tale mixed with the equally bizarre erotic love story. Yeah, I think it's kind of gruesome and probably erotic and bloody and cheeseball all wrapped up in one. I don't know. But I picked it up on a whim because somebody was talking about it. And I'm just trying all these different tropes that people have read that I've never read. And I'm the type of person, I don't like to ease into things. I want the biggest, baddest, scariest, dirtiest, disgustingest, disturbingest book if I can get it. And I don't know if this is that, but it was talked about in circles of book people that liked things like that. So I got it and I'll try it. And I think I bought this new because it doesn't feel like it's been used. This I bought secondhand. This is like a classic kind of, Hell House. And you guys might know what the story of Hell House is. It's about a haunted house. And yeah, I'm going to read this one. From the same author of I Am Legend. So, a classic one. I'm going to read that. I'm excited about this one. The Only Good Indians. This is a newer one, I believe. And I've seen a lot of people talk about this and say it's very good. And it's by a First Nations author, Stephen Graham Jones. Never read anything by him. So, yeah. Don't really know what this is about. But I'm going to read it. And whether I get all these done this month, if not, I'm just going to push them into October. I like to push the limits. And if I can do it, great. If I can't, that's all right. I try my best. Hex. I want to read this one by Thomas Old Huvelt. I'm not sure. I know this one is about some small little town that has a haunting of a ghost, or of a witch. And everybody knows about this witch, and she goes around silently and stares at people while they're in their house. She doesn't talk or anything, and that's about all I know. I don't know anything else. Oh, and people in this town can't leave. If they leave, they die or something happens. So maybe they're going to try to rebel because they want to leave and they can't, and maybe it goes to hell in a handbasket. I don't know, but I'm going to read that one. And last but not least, I'm going to read Kin. Yes. I hear this is quite gruesome, cannibalistic, stuff like that. So, but I've seen a lot of people that like hardcore horror mention this book. So, again, the bigger, the badder, the scarier, the most shocking. Let me have it. Let me have it. I gotta see what the big whoop is. But I will start talking about the books I first showed you, the stuff that I did read, and that will take up a few days. And I still didn't end up talking about all the dark romance that I read, like the rest of the T.M. Fraser ones, and there's other ones that I read, and I never got a chance to sit down and talk to you about them just because I got so busy with everything else. But that's okay. But anyway, so this is my wrap-up video and my TBR video. This is all these titles that book people do. So I thought I'd try to be one of those fancy people. But I'm going to finish this whole pot of tea tonight. I'm going to finish this book, and I might start on a new one, or I'm going to watch something scary with the lights off with Violet. And then I'm going to go to bed and start my day tomorrow. So thanks so much for joining us, guys. It was nice to chit-chat with you and finally catch up a bit. And I will try to be more regular in regards to my videos. I know I was doing so good at the beginning, doing one almost every day, and then it kind of dropped off every couple of days, and then it's been like once a week. I'm just like, I'm not used to doing that. It's just, it was my other channel. I'm so used to talking to my friends every single day. Not that you guys aren't my friends too. Some of you guys are my friends over there too. But I just never got a chance to sit down to actually talk about books when all the kids are around. But since they're starting school, I'll be able to do this again and not have to try to maneuver and find time and try to hide without somebody having to come at me, if you know what I'm saying. So anyways, all right, enough jibber jabber. So with that, I'm going to say peace, love, and happiness today and every single day. Please like, share, and subscribe if you so choose, but if not, that's okay too. I still love ya. I still want all the happiness in the world for each and every one of you out there. I certainly do. I really, really honest and truly do. Yes, I do. So, all right, guys. With that, I'm going to say have a good night or have a good morning. And I might, maybe, see you tomorrow. Bye. Bloop.